Have you ever driven into a forgotten Colorado ghost town under a sky bruised with storm clouds, key in hand for a luxurious Airbnb escape, only to realize the antique bed you're sinking into still bears the imprint of a miner's blood-soaked corpse, his vengeful spirit rising with the dust to claim what's rightfully his in a frenzy of phantom gunshots and rattling chains that echo through the night like accusations from the grave? Tucked away in the skeletal remains of Victor, Colorado, where the Cripple Creek District's gold veins once pumped fortunes into the veins of desperate men, and the Black Monarch Hotel stands as a defiant relic of that glittering madness. This Airbnb isn't merely a restored brothel from the 1890s. It's a living mausoleum. Its every creak and sigh a testament to the souls who checked in, but never truly checked out. Founded in 1896 amid the roar of the gold rush, when Victor swelled to 20,000 souls hungry for wealth and willing to kill for it, the Monarch was the epicenter of vice. A labyrinth of saloons where poker chips flew like bullets upstairs rooms, where painted ladies traded fleeting pleasures for cold coin, and back alleys slick with the blood of claim jumpers settled by six-shooters at dawn. The fire of April 1899 that razed it to cinders, whispered to be no accident but a syndicate as torched to bury embezzled ledgers and silenced witnesses, left scars deeper than char. Foundations cracked like broken promises, timbers warped as if screaming in the blaze. Rebuilt with iron will and Victorian flourish, it endured the town's bust, standing empty through decades of dust until 2019, when audacious owners exhumed its bones, transforming it into a 7-room shrine to the macabre. Each suite is a portal to infamy. The Miner's Lament, with its vein-mapped wallpaper and a 4-poster bed where the mattress seems to sag under invisible weight. The Madame's Boudoir, velvet draped with a vanity mirror that fogs with breath not your own. Communal haunts like the atrium skylight fracturing moonlight into accusatory shards. A kitchen stocked with absinthe that burns the throat like regret, and a bar where stools swivel unbidden as if patrons from 1897 are still bellied up, nursing grudges with whiskey neat. Guests navigate narrow streets flanked by derelict facades, the hotel's adobe bulk emerging like a spectre at 3rd and Victor, its raven mural facade watching with beady judgment. Check-in is clandestine. A code whispers open the oak portal, unleashing scents of aged oak gun oil and faint cordite. A leather tome awaiting your name beside warnings veiled as lore. Mind the hour of the wolf, the dead prospect at 3. But no preamble steals you for the immersion, as October 2025 proved for Riley and Jordan, a pair of Denver journalists in their late 20s, chasing a feature on Western haunts in the modern age for a travel mag. What if the sun-dappled balcony of your New Orleans anniversary Airbnb overlooked not just jazz-kissed streets, but the eternal playground of a fever-dead girl in yellow, her spectral braids whipping as she tugs your hem, humming invitations to tea parties, where the cups brim with shadows and the dolls whisper secrets of the grave that no adult lullaby can silence? In the verdant embrace of the Garden District, where live oaks drape like mourners' veils and the Mississippi's breath carries voodoo incense on the wind, the park's Bowman Mansion unfurls as a 1820s Creole confection of pastel stucco and filigreed iron, its galleries a stage for spectral soirees that blur the veil between revelry and requiem. Erected amid yellow fever's scythe swing, plagues that felled 8,000 in 1837 alone, turning the Crescent City to a charnel waltz. This double-gallery home sheltered the park's clan merchants fattened on cotton and contraband, until cholera claimed their darling Chloe at 9, her yellow taffeta dress, smuggled from Paris bright as forbidden fruit, entombed with her porcelain tea set in the magnolia-shaded garden plot that now hosts the saltwater pool's lazy ripple. Chloe's chamber, 3rd floor airy with cypress beams etched in fleur-de-lis, became the unrest's cradle, crib mobiles spinning sans breeze, giggles bubbling from wardrobes, ribbons fluttering like beckoning fingers. Through boarding house eras and Bowman bootleggers in the jazz age, who swore the girl's patter mingled with phonograph scratches, the haunt endured, whispers evolving to tugs on hems, toys materializing in trunks. Revitalized in 2015 with a supernatural wink, the mansion Airbnb debuted 3 sanctums, the library's grimoires groaning arcane, the Red Room's crimson silks for trysts with the uncanny, and Chloe's quarters, billed whimsical whispers, queen sleigh bed netted in gossamer, ensuite tub claw-footed for bubble haunts, balcony surveying mansions like the Lafitte's pirate dens. Hosts: Theo and Marisol, occult antiquarians, proffer chicory brews and caveats over pralines. Chloe covets company, dark tresses like her mother's, baritones echoing her father's fiddle. She tucks in but lingers if slighted. In balmy March 2025, when azaleas erupted like fever blisters and Bourbon Street's beads tangled gutters, siblings Nora and Kai, Nora 30 illustrator mending a fractured engagement, Kai 27 podcaster dissecting southern specters, alighted for a sisterhood sojourn, Nora's cursor snagging the 4.9-star listing, haunted hideaway, play with history, gently. 700 reviews crooned charming chills and ribbon surprises, sweet spook. Kai's mic itch overrode the $180 tab. Their cab slithered pothole-pocked to the gate, rain pattering like tiny feet. Theo's welcome mint julep cutting the jasmine haze. Full moon's mischief, he murmured, touring. Library's tomes rustling pages unturned. Red's mirrors doubling figures fleeting. Climax at Chloe's. Walls butter yellow. Bed a cloud of linens. Dollhouse aglow with candle stubs from yore. Kai rigged his recorder. Nora sketched the balcony vista. Streetcars clanging. Hearses parading phantom. Dusk dipped to Preservation Hall's clarinet wail. Dinner at Commander's. Turtle soup soul-warming. Returning soused on Sazeracs. The chamber cradling like a sepulchre soft. Night 1 tiptoed insidious. Nora, sketching by balcony gloam, hummed a ditty. Response hummed back. Treble fractured. London Bridge. Falling down. From the closet, latch clicking free, spilling silk streamer yellow as yolk. Kai's app spiked EMF, but buskers, he grumbled, latching anew. Bed claimed them, netting a cradle sway, but 1:23 a.m. birthed patters, bare soles circling, pausing to pluck bedding hems like errant threads. Nora nudged Kai to giggles muffled, doll now knee-perched, china gaze accusatory. Ribbon reappeared, bowed on Kai's throat like choker, lavender laced with camphor, fever's reek. They bolted upright, lights banishing, but handprints bloomed foggy on glass, diminutive, beseeching, multiplying as wiped till dawn's muggy reprieve. Morning's beignets dusted sugar shame, guest ledger inked fresh. Play, mama? Theo's kitchen confab unveiled 2025's bloom. Post a Voodoo Fest EVP viral. Tea time. Stay. Bookings ballooned 40%. Yogis fleeing mid-downward dog to spectral tag. Couples waking mid-coitus to teacups clinking spectral. Nora and Kai roamed. St. Louis Cathedral's crypts. Marie Laveau's tombstone scratched wishes. Yet Eve yanked back. Chamber magnetized. Night 2, post-snake oil emporium halls, the hums swelled aria, footsteps ascending spiral, knocking coffin rap. Open, friend. Handle rotated sans key, admitting draft Brunelling magnolia and quinine. Plague's pall. Air congealed, tea service porcelain materializing, steaming void, scalding illusions on Kai's palm. Nora's recorder snared, dark hair, like hers. Don't go like papa. Netting shrouded, weight-pressing mattress edge, perch dent like cherub watchful. Balcony's dusk-framed twirl, pigtails, yellow flutter, evaporating on lunge. Barricade with ottomans, they chanted wards from apps till 4:15 a.m.'s hush, doll-toppled tantrum toss. Checkout bore Marisol's ribbon relic, Chloe's token, not for kinship, ash for adieu. Chicago return scarred Nora's canvases yellow-veined. Kai's pod Delta Dirges topped charts. October 2025. Listeners piping parallels. Giggles in galleries. Locks inward picked. Parks Bowman thrives. 2025's solstice seances. Ouija-ing fever fades play eternal. Its girl guardian of Glee's underbelly. For Nora and Kai, it rewove bonds. Some plays persist, grasps ghostly, gardens grave deep. Book the birth dreamer, the hum awaits, ribbons ready. Imagine arriving at a Maryland castle wrapped in autumn fog, your Airbnb key promising a gothic romance, only to find the air thick with phantom smoke where a mother kerosene-soaked madness and her children charred cries swing chandeliers like pendulums of doom, clawing at your sanity with whispers of fire and shattered glass that beg you to join their eternal blaze. In Ellicott City's mist-choked Patapsco Valley, where river bends weave tales of Civil War dread, the Lilburn Mansion, born 1857 as Hazelhurst S. Folly, towers as a granite monument to iron magnate Henry Snowden Hazelhurst S. ambition, its turrets piercing clouds like accusations. Built for his bride Eliza, whose frailty belied a fracturing mind, the castle boasted ballrooms with frescoes of mythic quests, a library of 5,000 occult volumes bound in calfskin, nurseries swaddled in silk, and gargoyles leering like sentinels of fate. October 1862. Essie storm sparked catastrophe, fire, whether Eliza S. postpartum despair dousing linens or a child S. lantern toppled in play, engulfed the east wing trapping Eliza and 3 tots, aged 5, 3 and infant, in a barred inferno, their screams swallowed by collapsing beams, bodies reduced to ash in a crypt chapel's shadow. Whispers wove darker threads. Eliza's diaries, locked in a vault, confessed a stillbirth's grief igniting suicidal pyre. The children's spirits, restless, kindled poltergeist pranks, lamps flaring, toys torching. Rebuilt in 1863 with iron bones to defy flames, again in the 1920s with a heated pool amid wisteria's choke, and in 2013 for Airbnb allure. Lilburn Markets, Gothic splendor, rose and ivory chambers with canopied queens, 5.5 baths, steaming spectral, a ballroom for ghost waltzes, library brooding with arcana, and 10 acres of trails where statues sidle in moonlight. Hosts Elias and Viola, antiquarian showmen, greet with mulled cider and a ghost codex, EVP logs and thermal prints from 2024 probes. They seek absolution. Solitude stokes their blaze. In October 2025, when foliage flared like warning signals, siblings Leora and Theo Voss, Leora 35, a sommelier licking divorce wounds, Theo 32, a folklorist filming American arsonists, booked for Autumn Alchemy, Leora's app lured by the 4.7-star listing, Castle of Crimson Dreams, ignite your stay. 500 reviews murmured chandelier thrills and smoke scents, souls singed. Theo's drone justified $550. Their Tesla crunched gravel to turrets knifing fog, Elias's pipe smoke ushering them to the porte cochere. Solarium tea, Assam bold, scones clotted, unraveled lore, Hazelhurst's cigar-stinking stomp, Tot's tag in empty corridors, skirts snagging spectral, rose chamber cocooned, rosewood panels, sleigh bed brocaded, balcony eyeing woods unmarked crypts. Theo's tripod word. Leora uncorked dusty Cabernet, dining under portraits oily stares. Night 1 hissed menace. Leora, yoga flowing by hearth, felt the chandelier tremble. Crystals chiming storm-born. Draft, Theo scoffed from Ivory's nook, but inspection sparked panic. Fixture swinging wild, shadows writhing, corseted matron arms outstretched, tiny forms frolicking fiery hems. Air charred, vents spewing phantom soot, throats strangling cinder. Leora's lungs echoed divorce's burn, Theo's lens caught sobs. Blaze? Flee! Eliza, hold! Sway halted, vertigo gripping, door frosted, sans chill. Trunks barricaded, mantras muttered till sleep's jagged claim. Dawn's dew veiled, but signs surged, library tome splayed to immolation verse, edges singed, pool rippled sans breeze, hands paddling phantom depths. Brunch quiche drew Elias, S 2025 tally, A&E, S, arson addicts, nabbed thermal toddler triads, weddings up 30%, veils vanishing in vortexes. Leora and Theo roamed, riverbank where Eliza's legend drowned despair, picnic shadowed by crypt whispers, but twilight tugged castleward, its bulk swelling monstrous. Night 2, ballroom sway, Theo's folk playlist, warped to wails. Seer! Scamper! No, mama! Chandelier lurched, sparks showering, frescoes flailing fresh torment. Footfalls thundered, taffeta dragging tower stairs, battering boudoir door. Leora braced, splinters slicing blood-mirroring law's claw marks. Keyhole keened child's cackle, balcony glass shattered inward. Theo's cheek nicked crimson twin to Tot's gashes. Air scorched, heat mirage birthing vision, Eliza aflame, babes clutched, lips pleading, merge, absolve, warm forever. Smoke stung, tangible, alarms mute. They fled corridors, portraits eyes hunting, Elias's study refuge, brandy steadying, taxidermy glaring. Truth torched, Eliza's suicide pact, diaries damning war-widowed woe. 2024 thermals shaped three-child chill, EVPs crying, unclasp, ash eternal. Leora's tears loosed divorce's cinders. Theo's footage fired 300,000 October hits. Midnight bolted, storm yielding to stars' cold scorn. Lilburn loomed predator. Scratches marred Tesla, 3 toddler talons, trailing home. Castle hosts 2025 nuptials chandelier wary, ghosts guarding grief's forge. For Vosses, fire-fused kin. Prisons burn, freedom flares. Light the wick or dread the flame. Turret spirals call, endless. Picture rolling into the sun-scorched dust of Seguin, Texas. Your Airbnb getaway booked for a taste of frontier grit, only to swing open the creaky doors of the haunted Magnolia Hotel and find a Texas Ranger, bullet-pocked vengeance, and a murdered girl, plaintive wails, waiting, their spectral spurs clinking, and tiny hands yanking you into a midnight showdown where walls bleed phantom crimson and every shadow draws a ghostly colt to rope you into their eternal vendetta. Planted in the Guadalupe River's pecan shade, where cotton fields choke the breeze and stagecoach ghosts rumble past, the Magnolia Hotel sprouted in 1840 as James Campbell, log stronghold, a Texas Ranger hardened by San Jacinto, blood, scourge of Comanches, his basement jail a black pit dubbed Texas Tartarus for chaining debtors amid scurrying rats. Campbell's 1844 butchery, 27 knife wounds, scalp ripped free, horse stolen, sowed his wrath paces from the parlor hearth, his boots stomping restless through time. Under Joseph Johnson, it bloomed as a stagecoach hub. Jeremiah Calvert made it a wedding altar for Ranger Jack Hayes in 1847. Dr. William Reed's 1850s expansion added polish, weathering a 1855 raid when women sharpened blades in the cellar as hooves thundered above. The Civil War felled banker Thomas Johnston mid-meal with a heart seizure. His widow Catherine steered it until her death. By 1900, it decayed into a speakeasy and lodge, then squalid apartments under the Lanhams in the 1930s, crumbling to ruin by the 1990s, landing on Preservation Texas's 2012 endangered list. In 2013, Jim and Aaron Geedy resurrected it, forging 2 Airbnb suites, Frontier and Magnolia, for 4 guests, with biscuits and gravy breakfasts and 3,000 square feet of raw haunt. Unlit corridors, no AC in active zones, spirits free to roam. Their book, Mysteries of the Magnolia Hotel, names 13 ghosts, Campbell's vengeance, spurs jangling for justice. Emma, a 12-year-old slain in 1872 by a transient in room 206, her pigtails tugging for play. The Hanging Man, a 1902 attic suicide, his noose creaks lulling sleepers. TV crews stormed in. Ghost Adventures in 2014 captured Campbell's bellow, "Justice!" Ghost Brothers, in 2017, fled Emma's doll-hurling tantrums. 2024's Paranormal Caught on Camera snagged orbs flitting the jail. The Geedys, psychic innkeepers, offer tours, $20 daytime, $75 nocturnal probes. Warning, our spirits are historians, not horrors, but Emma pouts if ignored. In July 2025's Blistering Haze, brothers Finn and Gabe Landry, Finn, 29, a laid-off stuntman craving thrills, Gabe, 26, a craft brewer sick of monotony, roared in for a brotherhood bender. Finn hooked by a 4.6-star Yelp thread. Felt hands, wild ride. Gabe, lured by the backyard BBQ pit, okayed the $150 rate. Their F-150 growled to the adobe facade at noon, the hotel's sign, gold leaf flaking like dead skin, crooning eerie welcome. Erin greeted with RC colas, her drawl sharp. Campbell hunts claim jumpers. Emma seeks playmates. Don't touch her locket. The Frontier Suite festered with history. A sagging four-poster bed, wallpaper peeling to reveal 1880s graffiti from drunken cowhands. A window framing the alley where Emma's body was found, blood pooling under moonlight. They cracked lone stars, exploring the bones. A saloon bar scarred by knife fights. An attic brothel with mirrors smeared in century-old lipstick. Basement cells echoing mercy through rusted bars. Afternoon naps shattered with knocks. Rhythmic, Morse-like, no rats to blame. Over brisket grilled on the pit, locals swapped tales. A 2025 tour group scattered when spurs jingled sans source. A bride's veil yanked by unseen fingers. As dusk bled red, whispers slithered from vents. Outlaw, pay up. Hayes vengeance. The air iced, Gabe's beer bottle frosting over, and scratches clawed the plaster. Emma, dripping phantom ichor that vanished by dawn. Midnight struck like a hammer on steel. Gabe jolted awake, chest crushed as if by a spectral rider, breath stolen like air in a collapsed mine. Finn's flashlight lit the headboard, gouged fresh with claw marks spelling mine. They bolted to the parlor, hearts pounding like war drums, where the Geedies, roused, murmured to the air, "Easy, James, guests are kin." Over coffee black as sin, the full roster spilled. Campbell's betrayal by a claim thief, his 27 wounds a ledger of rage. Emma's trust shattered by a drifter she fed, her throat cut in 206. The hanging man, a gambler noosed for debts. Catherine's maternal tucks, cold fingers smoothing blankets. A 2025 PBS Strange Sagan special nabbed EVPs, play dolls, spare scalp, and photos of a child's shadow tugging a bride's train. Dawn brought the final terror. The bathroom mirror lagged, reflections stalling to show Emma, pigtails matted with blood, eyes pleading. Then Campbell, Colt drawn, snarling, "Draw!" They peeled out, tires screaming, the hotel shrinking like a bad bet in the rear view. Forensics later confirmed EVPs. Help! He hunts, and cotton fibers from 1850s weaves in the scratches. The Landry brothers, forged in fear's crucible, found brotherhood tightened. The Magnolia thrives, 2025 tours tripled, paranormal sleuths swarming like moths to a lantern. Finn's stunt reel now includes ghost hunts. Gabe brews a specter stout with a nod to Emma. The hotel's ledger grows. A 2025 guest woke to spurs circling their bed. Another found a locket. Emma's? Under their pillow, etched with play. The Magnolia stands, its ghosts guardians of frontier fury, daring you to sleep where blood once spilled. Would you take the key, bold one, and face the posse that never rests? The spurs are calling, ready to ride.